alone to you.
What's up everybody, and welcome back to a new video from the speaker guys. Today we will focus on the Soundboks Go and mostly focus on the Soundboks app and the sound modes, because we haven't really done a video explaining how the different sound modes are on the speaker and yeah, how the Soundboks app just looks like overall when you have it with the Soundboks Go. Now we have done a video like this with the Soundboks 3 and yeah, so if you haven't seen it, it will be linked up in the corner. So the Soundboks Go has of course the same sort of usage in the app as the Soundboks 3, and you can change the indoor mode, the normal mode, and then the bass plus mode. But there's also a EQ mode where you can make your own type of EQ to make the speaker sound like you want it to sound. So I will show you the differences between those sound modes mostly and just give you a tour in the Soundboks app. So let's get to it. So when you want to start the Soundboks, you will sometimes have to go and check the battery. It is always meant to be plugged in, because if it's not, then it can easily fall out like this. So it's not safe to have it in the compartment when it's unplugged. So you have to have it plugged in, and the bad thing about that is that it actually would drain the battery a little bit having it plugged in, even though the Soundboks is turned off, and that is because it will always use a little bit of electricity for some reason. But that is something smart that Soundboks has come up to solve that problem, and that is to make the battery shut off itself after, I think it is 1 week. So it takes about 1 week. If you don't use the Soundboks, the battery will shut off. You will have to come down, press this battery button, and then it will, if it was turned off, then it will light up one after one. But now it hasn't been turned off for such a long time, so that's why it didn't turn off itself. So you can see it has 2 battery bars left. So yeah, that's something to take note of. That might be the reason for why the Soundboks doesn't start after a while. You have to press here, and then you can just turn it on as you would. And it's a very cool experience to turn it on, because yeah, as you could see, it just lights up one after one of these LED lights. So yes, let's go and check on the Soundboks app. The phone I am using is the Galaxy S23 Ultra, if you're wondering. So when you go into the Soundboks app, you will probably have to have Bluetooth turned on, but then you will find your Soundboks speaker down here and it will show its number. So just be close to it and connect it. It goes quite fast, as you can see. And just note that if you connect it through the app, it will not directly mean that you can play music, because you will still have to go and connect it through the normal Bluetooth settings. So in the app, yeah, it looks like this. I think you maybe know about this app a lot, but they have updated the app, and the Soundboks does get updated sometimes. I think it is every like maybe 2nd month or every 3rd month. It depends. But when you have an upgrade, it will most likely show you it, and you can always check if you go in here. So sometimes you have to update it, and then it's just to follow the instructions. It doesn't take that long. A bit of time it takes, but you don't really have to do so much in the meantime. But yeah, so that's how the app looks like. You can power it off. You can't power the Soundboks on from the app, and then you can change volume and solo, join, host setting. And then yeah, this is the, if you want to change the sound modes quickly. But otherwise, go in here, SKA. This is just to reduce the latency in your team up. So this will reduce your range if you have more Soundboks speakers, but it will reduce the latency. Yeah, and then Bluetooth, you can make it auto connect to your phone directly and set a pin code that the Soundboks has. The phone will remember the pin code, and here's where we will mostly be sound, and it's a very good app, I would say. You even have your own like profile account information. Yeah, so it is like a real account to have the Soundboks app as well. So in the sound, yeah, bass, power, indoor EQ, and then you can also change here. Or what? Wait, no, nothing really happens here. Custom, I don't really know what it does, but yeah. Oh, now I remembered, because there's one thing more on the Soundboks 3. That speaker has the XLR input, so you can connect instruments. This speaker doesn't, so you don't have a option for changing the XLR inputs for like microphones, guitars. So that was what is missing on this speaker. So yeah, I am connected to the speaker completely through Bluetooth as well. And in the Soundboks app, I will firstly show you a bit of how the EQ will sound if you like move treble up and bass up a little bit, and then I will go and comparing only these 3, indoor, power and bass plus, because I think that's what most people would use. I personally use it on bass plus all the time. It still has a really long battery life. It's literally insane how amazing the battery life is, even on bass plus. I'm not exaggerating here, because this speaker is really impressive. It has the same battery size as Soundboks 3, but it's smaller and uses less energy. So it's very good, and I will have it on the volume 6 out of 11. So now you see 6, which is about half. So it won't be too loud, because indoors it's a really loud speaker. And also note, maybe you also know this, but this speaker sounds a lot better outdoors. It's just made to be out on the go. That's why it's called the Soundboks Go as well. But for this video it will be indoor sound comparison with the different sound modes. So let's go ahead and start music. So now I have it completely flat, as you can see. So now I will change it a bit and you will see how it differs. So we can make, if you want a lot of bass with no treble, like this. And a lot of mid. And then a lot of treble. So let's say you want to have this smiley face EQ. Then go maybe like, I will try to get it. Something like this, I believe. And let's go back to bass. So yeah, that's how it should sound like on the smiley face. Now I'm going to compare the different ones. Okay, so I will change song. This one has a good amount of bass. you could hear the difference between the sound modes good in this video. And like I said, outdoors this speaker will just be a lot better, sounding clearer, and it is such a loud speaker, so it can really fill up a big area outdoors. But otherwise, that was everything for this video. Make sure to check out some of the other videos that you see. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a like. And I will see you in the next video.